Mr. Mason has just messaged me saying no breakfast this morning. I hope he gets a notification now. Good morning, good morning. Oh dear, good morning, Dave. Good morning, Shazay. Hope everybody's well this morning. Good morning, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown's there, look. Morning, James. Morning, Anne.
I'll get you when you're asleep.
Morning, Tracy. Do you know, my lovely lady, we've got rain again this morning. Hello, Mrs. Brown. So
That's you, not me.
Tisn't me. I'm not Mrs. Brown. It's Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah,
I love that program. He looked like Peter Kay then. Says cheeky a bastard.
Alan.
What? Alan
Bastard.
Alan Bastard. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I like that as well. So can I just say, Mr. Mason, James and Tracy yesterday went to an amazing location, and we can't wait to go and join them because the place is just awesome. If nobody's watched it, Dave, put your channel name in chat. Because I always forget names of people's channels, even though I follow them. Morning, Mick, and go and give this place a watch because it's absolutely brilliant. Big Red can get round there as well, so can't wait. Morning, Laura. Hope you're well. They'll say good morning, John. Oh, you're here, aren't you? You're saying you're up early or late. Hey dear. So I've changed my drink this morning. I'm having that one that Heather had yesterday. I'm having the ginger tea and lemon, I think it is, but it's in a proper tea bag. It's not homemade, so it tastes quite nice. But yeah, the caves yesterday. I can't wait to go. We're going to arrange to go down after I've finished isolating. I think we're going to go down for a day. It really was a weird feeling my first time there yesterday, James. Honestly, you could tell. I mean, especially in that circly thing that you was in. He says he'll be back. But yeah, it was so interesting. I remember you saying that you had such a weird feeling in there as well. So yeah, looking forward to coming down. Hopefully after the 7 days of isolation, I think what we're going to do is we're going to come down on like a Saturday, unless Claire can get a day off. But I think we're going to come down on a Saturday and we're going to drive back at night time. But hopefully we can go to that location, and we can also go back to the town centre one as well before we leave. So fingers crossed that gets done. Thank you, Dave. It's EWS Paranormal. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Our friend Sharon was ill when she stood in the circle too. Really? Well, I'm not going to be standing in the circle, but that's really interesting, that, Trace. Be interesting to see as well, because that's two people that you've gone with. Yeah, Greyfriars, a Gloucester road trip. But it'd be interesting that to see on if it affects us in that way, or one of us when we're there. Because now that's twice then you've been and somebody's been affected when they've been in that circle. I know for James said he didn't want to leave. I remember him saying he didn't want to leave. So all by myself, don't want to be all by myself. Shazzy, you not by yourself? Oh, somebody going. You need somebody to join Shazzy on YouTube because she's all on her own. John's going across onto YouTube, Shazzy.
Facebook chat's not scrolling.
Oh, John's Facebook chat's not working for John, so he's going. Dave's coming. Both feel pain in head sickness and dizzy. Wow. So there's got to be something, some sort of energy field there. I quite like energy fields. Oh, I've lost my book, love. Can you find me my book? It was on the arm of the chair. And I don't know where I've put my book because it's not at the side of me. Oh, it's here. It's here. So, yes, morning, Leah, my lovely. How are you today? So, the weather today is raining. Rain, 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 rain. A bit of cloud, but more rain, followed by more rain tomorrow. But tomorrow we're having a night off anyway because football's coming home tomorrow. It's England that's playing. Yes, I had a absolute crystal and a tiger-eye crystal in my pocket while in the circle. I remember, might bring some crystals down with us then, James, and see if we can get the energy going from them. He can't find book because he's on his way to YouTuber. So let's see what happened on this day in history. Are we on the 6th of July?
Yeah. I know what happened on this.
I need to get my teeth in. Thanks, Dave. Dave shared his thing on YouTube, on Facebook as well.
I know what happened this day.
You've read it, haven't you? Yeah.
You like it.
I know I like it. So, on this day, the 6th of July in 1957, the meeting attracted no publicity at the time, but in hindsight, the introduction affected today. In 1957 was one of the most important in popular culture. It was then at a village fete hall at St. Peter's Church in Woollerton. No, but I'm reading, so I can't read. I wasn't born in that year. Ignore him. I wasn't born in that year. I think my chat's froze because it's not coming up on my chat. I do apologise, guys. Church in Woollerton, the affluent suburb of Liverpool, that a 16-year-old John Lennon met a 15-year-old Paul McCartney. The day concluded with a grand dance in the hall. John Lennon was performing with his group, the Quarrymen, named after their school, Quarry Bank. Having also played outdoors on the back of a flatbed truck, Paul came to watch, knowing one of Lennon's band. Paul remembers, looked and sounded the part, really looked suave, in his check shirt and his slick-back hair, and he had recalled too John's seemingly cool habit of inventing song lyrics. Morning, Lisa. Lindsay's chat has broke. I think it has on Facebook. Oh, I don't know. How do I inbox you, Lindsay? If you go on Exploring the Afterlife, if you go into the About section, I think the messaging's in there, my lovely group, or private message me on Lindsay Fletcher Downs on Facebook, my love. Morning, Sam. No, don't ring 0898. He thought it was done on purpose. Old blues lyrics used in place of genuine ones, when often, in fact, he had simply failed to hear them properly in the first place. Paul, meanwhile, impressed Lennon too with his knowledge of music and his way with a guitar. He's demonstrated a Little Richard track, playing it left-handed on a right-handed guitar. They shared an obsession with the new wave of American music, from Elvis to Gene Vincent and, of course, Buddy Holly. While some have remembered that Paul then instantly joined the group, others recall a rather longer process involving him coming to watch a rehearsal. Gradually, the other members left, and a year later, a lad called George joined, and what was now a threesome became a foursome, when suddenly afterwards they picked up a drummer, and after experimenting with names such as Johnny and the Moondogs, the Silver Beatles, the Beatles rechristened themselves the Beatles. The rest, as they say, is history. So that's what happened on July the 6th in 1957. Bit of music history there for us. Forgot your own name. Oh, lordy, lordy. Morning, Judith. Morning, thank you. Where is Kelly? I couldn't see what you put. Lindsay even punched me in the face. Oh, it's because you're on Exploring the Afterlife. I was looking for John Brown. I didn't punch him in the face the other night while he was, well, technically I did, but I didn't because he was asleep. So I was having a dream and I was dreaming that I was in Sons of Anarchy and we're having a punch out. And I accidentally, while asleep and not knowing, punched John in the face.
While she was asleep.
Oh, that's okay then. And punched him in the face and woke him up with him shouting, "Why have you just punched me?" Yeah, well, it were, but I weren't going to say that on camera. I weren't going to say the what the F word. That's what he said to me. I'm going to see if my tea's ready to have a mouthful. I've got a right dry mouth. I did. So yeah, so we're all fun and games. But I haven't done it since. I've not punched him since. So to contact you, I've got you, Marie. I'll message you afterwards, my lovely lady. But yeah, so it's all good. He didn't get no black eyes because I don't think it were a punch. I've got it, Kelly. It's just popped up on my screen, sweets. I'll message you back when I've finished on here. It's what?
I said, the only reason you haven't punched me since is because I'm too scared to say anything.
I've heard him. Even dog's choking on that one. She can't get all that lie. So yeah, tonight it's going to be Chit Chat Tuesday. So if anybody's got any questions they'd like to ask us, whether it's paranormal, obviously personal messages, personal information, we only give out so much anyway. We try and keep us personal lives off air. We just might not answer. Exactly. But yeah, so we are going to be doing chit chat tonight. We'll have a look at something interesting to talk about, which means I'm just going to babble and John's probably just going to sit and just like agree or not get a chance to say what he's got to say. I might try and let him have a word in edgeways tonight. What do you think?
What we're on about doing on members.
What we're on about? Oh, right. So I know we've got members on here that are members over on us Facebook membership group. So I'm going to put something to you now because I think it's a kind of psychometry, but we're not sure. But to me, I'm still going to say it's psychometry because I can't find what it's called online. What John's good at thinking about doing on members is one night putting
having a little chat.
Having a chat first, like about psychometry. And then putting like 3 objects down that have got a connection. Not to you, but they've got a connection to something, haven't they? And seeing in chat if people can tune into their energies of the objects. So like it's just going to be like an experiment. But it comes under part psychometry and part, what were it, clairsentient. So if members, what do you think of that? Do you think that'd be a good thing to do over on members? Because John might do. When were you thinking of doing that?
I might do it tonight.
Might do it tonight after chit chat. Do like an experiment night tonight over on members. So let me know what you think, guys. So I can. Shazzy's put, oh yes. I think that'd be good. He did really well on Saturday. Who did really well on Saturday? England. England did do really well on Saturday. Anne's put, it sounds interesting. I think it'd be interesting because obviously we can find the history of these objects. But what we can also do is like keep that back and just see who picks up on what in chat and see who senses and who gets closest, who's more open, who needs to work. But it's all to do with the war. John says all these objects have got a link to war. So I think it sounds interesting. I'll even watch for that. Oh, cheeky, yeah, not cheeky at all. But yeah, but that'll be over on members page.
Watch a decent channel.
Do you know? I will punch your lights out on air. I'm not bothered saying that to me, matey boy. But yes. I think that'd be a really good morning, Gillian, my lovely. Hope weather's okay for the holiday. Yeah, because like John says, with psychometry, you're supposed to hold the object. But with clairsentient, you sense things from objects or from people. Morning, Yo-Yo. So it's sort of like, it's a mixture of two, but I can't find the name of the experiment. So if anybody knows the name of the experiment, not football, John, when he did morning chit chat, Lindsay. Oh, when he did morning chit chat, I missed it because I were having my hair done. They enjoyed your morning chit chat. In fact, he can start doing some morning chit chats. I do all morning chit chats, whereas though he should take some, shouldn't he? He should at least do one a week.
I'll do one a week.
He'll do one chit chat a week. Oh, Charlie boy's here to see me, look.
Get me off. Come on, do me.
That's his ass. I'm not trying to get you on. I'm trying to. Your hair looks nice, love. Don't look a mess. I won't put you on if I thought it were a mess. Do you know? Yeah, Charlie boy's come to say Fifi's over with Yolanda, and Charlie boy's come to see us this morning. It's been quite good. He's a mischievous little bugger, is Charlie. That's because you won't let him speak. I do let him speak. He's just not quick enough to get in before I take a breath. I do try. It's just my personality. I don't do silences, and I can't do quiet. Believe it or not, but if there's like a silence or a break, I feel that it's an awkward silence and somebody should be talking. But that's why on investigations I've got to try and calm it down a little bit, because the investigation sometimes I don't come up for air, so I'm asking question after question after question, and it's because I don't want that awkward silence. But on an investigation, you've got to ask questions and it be silent afterwards, because you've got to listen to replies coming in. Can you sing Amarillo, John?
No.
No. Morning, Claire. Just got your message to my lovely lady. I will have a read afterwards. Morning, Yo-Yo. She's technically awake, not quite awake yet, but she is awake. But yeah, I'll get John to do some chit chat mornings. He'll do more than one. I think it would be good to have him on. At least then he does get a chance to speak without my saying that though. If I'm sat outside in him, you know I'm going to be speaking over him, don't you? I can't help it. I can't help but speak.
I'll be upstairs.
Is this the way to Amarillo? He don't look like Peter Kay. I've been a busy bee. I can see you've been a busy bee.
No,
I don't. What else you been up to, Claire? I know you've been busy. I've just seen the message pop up, and I saw the message yesterday. So I know you've been busy. We've just been saying, Claire, about going over to Gloucester. If you could get a day off in a week, we could do it on a week. Or we could might be better doing it on a Saturday. But we'll have a look into it once I've done my 7-day isolation, which is up on Saturday. So we might do it for the Saturday after if weather looks good. We shall look into it. But yes, that's Fifi. You can hear choking. We think that when dogs are playing, Fifi's eating hair. Obviously, Charlie's eating her hair as well.
I have a feeling I've done that before.
But yeah, we just think it's dog hair because they're not eating anything else. They're not eating anything else. So yeah, nightmare dogs, nightmare. Anyways, anyhow, we've got chit chat tonight, like I've said. Tomorrow night's the night off. Thursday night, depending on whether John's got something to do or whether he wants me to do pendulum. I can't remember whether it was Thursday or Friday that were nice weather. Can you just check?
Thursday's supposed to be nice.
Thursday's supposed to be nice. Thursday's supposed to be nice. So John may go out on Thursday. Obviously, I can't join him. I'll be in chit chat with you guys. So when I'm saying we're going out, I mean John's going out. Did you forget the doll, Lindsay? Oh, I did forget my doll. She's up back, isn't she? John's going to get her for me. John's going to get me doll. And he'll and he'll switch it on, switch her all on for me.
You want all things that go here?
Yeah, you can do. No, just one of them. Actually, no, because we don't use them on investigation, do we? The royal we. That's it, Yolanda. The royal we. So this doll, I can't remember. Oh, sugar. I can't remember what I called this doll. I know the other one was Lucifer. But this Mama, yes. But this doll does start talking. And what's good about this one? It's like a parrot kind of doll. So what she does is, if you put her, you can get a girl and a boy doll. And if you put them next to each other, they're like fur babies. No, not Furbies. Remember how Furbies were? Well, these are these doll works. But these dolls can learn words as well, which is really, really interesting. She doesn't like John. She doesn't like John. When John sat near me, she just looks. She like stares John out, doesn't she? But yeah, but she's a good doll. But when you take her out on investigations, it's quite interesting because obviously, if it's true and children's spirits can communicate and they see a talking baby, would they be more likely to go and talk to a doll that's talking back? These were around about what would they call these dolls? I can't remember what these dolls were called. I think she were around £45–50. But you could get a boy one and a girl one. I can't remember what you call them. Loverbella. That were it. Loverbella dolls. But can I just say to everybody who's got these, children do have these dolls. They are not haunted. They are just used in an experiment. They don't attract the spirits either, because last time we used it, there were people saying, "Oh, my kids have got that doll," and they were giving it away. They were putting them in bin. And they're not harmful to anything. So if kids have got them, I think it's good. But yeah, and I think that if children are around, then they may talk to her. Adults might talk to her as well if we've got a lady in spirit or a man in spirit that's lost a child, and they want to come forward and talk. But she does talk in French as well. There's a button on back, and I can change it to speak from English to French. Morning, David. Morning, Bronwyn, watching from South Australia. Oh, sending love across the water, my lovely. I might want to get one, a parrot doll. It might tell my law what I think of her. But yeah, I mean, she's lovely. But she in a word bank at the minute. I think she holds something like about 2,000. I don't know if it's 2,000 words that she holds in a bank at the minute. But she can learn. I think she can learn a lot more though than that. I forgot how many. I don't know. I remember. I'll have to look back when we first got her, because we did a video on her when we first got her, and went into everything that she could do. But yeah, she's a good little baby. Can you say ghost? I forgot what I call her though. Don't go to sleep. Shout Fifi. See if she'll do it. They can shout Fifi. Don't go sleep. No, she's tight. But obviously I'm not working with her properly, just telling her to say something.
Capable of learning more than 100 words and phrases.
Yeah, she's capable of learning more than 100 words and phrases. which is really good. So we don't really work with her. As you see, she's always sat behind me on that shelf, because then when we take her out on investigation, we haven't technically learnt her a word. So if she comes out with a word, then it's either got to be in her already, or it's something that she's learned. So, but would you guys like to see her out on investigation? Because I will bring her. I will bring her out if you'd like to see some experiments done with her. I'm going to pass her back to John now, so she can turn her off. But she's beautiful, Bronwyn. She is. They're called Loverbella dolls, and you can get it in female, or you can get the little boy. They say if you've got both of them, I could only afford one, but they say if you've got both, then you could like sit them opposite each other, and they actually have conversations, a bit like them Furbies used to do. But the learning thing, yeah, they learn. That's why they were good for kids, because it will you can learn them words and phrases. So that'll be good. That's interesting. But like I said, we don't work with her because we don't want her picking up our words. So when we take her out onto investigation, she's just like a brand new doll. But yeah, I will. I promise that the next time we're out on location, when I'm out, because John will not take her out, I'll bring her out with me.
She might end up coming back.
She don't like you. I can't remember what I called her though. I know Lucy Faye. She might have been Lucy Faye. I think I called all my dolls Lucy Faye. I like the name Lucy Faye, so I call them all Lucy Faye, but I can't call them all that, can I? I might just call her Bella, because she's a lover, whatever doll. Yeah, her name's going to be Bella. I think that's what I called her before. I can't remember. My brain's a bit slow. But yeah, she's called Bella. The raggy doll upstairs is called Lucy Faye. I think, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back. I don't know. She freaks me out. Laura, she freaks a lot of people out when they're here. But like I said, there is no energy attached to these dolls. They don't draw in spirit either. But it's just an experiment, similar to a Paratech, really, but better than the Paratech, because the Paratech's already got the words in the bank, whereas this one's got a few, but then learns more. So it is an interesting. It is an interesting experiment, but it's interesting because I think when we've been out before on investigation, we've sat her down and we've like asked a question, and she's replied. She's like, so like we said, who was the Prime Minister, and it says Winston Churchill. She could have said something like Churchill, or what sounded like Churchill, as though she's answering the questions, which is good. Which is interesting. So yeah, I'll have a look, see if I can find one of them, like one at lives we did, and do a rerun. Fifi doesn't like her. No, Fifi doesn't like her. Fifi tries to eat her toys because she comes with a dummy, a learning toy that you push to her nose, and then it makes an animal sound, and it tells you she tells you what animal is. She comes with a feeding bottle for when she's hungry, and I forgot what other one is. This dummy, toy, bottle, a spoon, so you can spoon feed her food when she's hungry. It's like having a kid. It's like having a little kid, I'm telling you. Anyway, guys, I am going to call it here, and we'll continue this conversation tonight over when we're live doing our Chit Chat Tuesday night. So I hope everybody can join us for Chit Chat Tuesday. It will be 9 p.m. UK time tonight. But yeah, I hope you can join us, and like I say, if anybody's got any questions they want to ask us, anything about locations that they want to ask, or about the equipment that we use, feel free to ask those questions later on. And everybody have a beautiful day, sweet dreams to those out of the UK, and yeah, just stay safe, guys. Love you loads. Mwah. See you soon. Bye, guys. Bye.